What is going on, mortals? Mortal T here, and today we are back on Slime Rancher 2 because I am going to be showing you and telling you mortals what you need to know about fire slimes. Now, fire slimes do work differently from other slimes in the game, from any other slime in the game. So in order to collect these, you will have to either come to this area, which I am at right now, which is in the Ember Valley. It's right at the end. It's hard to miss. It's surrounded by lava and everything. This is a good place to get your hands on some of these fire slimes. So the first ones you usually tend to come across are these guys here. This is what they look like. They're pretty cool. They do reside in these like magma pools, so you will have to go looking for them. If you come right to the very end as well, where these big pools are, you will spot more. So in here, as you can see, there's one there and one there. Now you can try and collect as many as you want of these. It doesn't really matter how many you have. As long as you've got enough money to provide what they need, it's rather easy. So that's 8, 9. There is also other places that you can go to get these. There is a cave on this island as well that do tend to spawn them, so I'm going to show you that. So this is a cave. This is where we are on the map. That's what the cave system looks like. You will find booms, crystals and batty slimes in here as well. But you're probably wondering, where are they? Well, if you go down this way, you will notice that there are some lava pools like this. Some of them tend to spawn in here as well. If you haven't come in here before, you will also notice that there is a huge Gordo slime that tends to block this entrance right here. As you can see, we've got another fire slime right there, another one in there, none in that one. But at the moment I'm currently on 14 of these fire slimes, which is actually really good. I don't usually tend to collect more than 10 of a particular slime anyway. So now I've got 15 of these guys. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to base and show you what you need to do and how to store them and how to make them produce the plorts that you need. So we are back at base. Now, how do we keep these fire slimes from disappearing on us? How do we store them? How do we get plorts from them? Well, it's a bit weird, but I'm going to show you. So usually when you go into your plots and you try and activate a new area, like your corrals, gardens, coops, silos, furnaces and ponds and stuff, they usually preside in one of these. Now, when we caught these guys, they were in like magma pools. Now, if you've been around and got all the upgrade pods or treasure pods, if you look in your fabricator and you go to your decorations, you'll actually have something that's called a magma pool. So I am going to craft one of these, but this, you do not need this, because in order to make this, you actually need fire plorts, which you can't get out in the wild. That's another odd thing about these guys, that you will not get fire plorts out in the wild. You have to make them for yourself. So I'm just going to buy one of these, because these are a decorational piece, but you can store fire slimes in them. So let me just quickly put it down right here. Boom. So this is what it looks like. You can put slimes in there, or well, not all your fire slimes, because it is rather small, but you can store some in there. But they will not produce any type of plort whatsoever. This is not good. So if you actually go onto your Slimepedia and we go over to slimes, and you find the fire slimes in here, if you read that their diet is something, it's really weird. It doesn't actually tell you what it is. It looks like some kind of dust or magma dust or something. And that's the only diet it has. It has no other secondary thing. So, what do you feed it? How do you store it? Well, it's actually rather simple. If you come over here and you actually look at the Inferno, don't need it, burn it. Yes. So you can actually chuck stuff into this and it will just burn it. So I just got pogo fruit messing around, so just chuck it in, it burns, nothing happens, right? Well, there is an upgrade to this. So that is it. The ash trough. So as ash, an ash trough allows you to collect the ash from incinerated food at its base, which is eaten exclusively by fire slimes. Now, if you haven't never built one of these, and you've never looked on the upgrade for this, you would never ever know that this is where you would put fire slimes. You wouldn't, because this is the ash right here. You can't pick this ash up and feed it to them. You actually have to put the fire slimes in here. And as you can see, the ash is actually going down. And they're producing a bunch of plorts. Now, luckily, I don't think there's actually a limit to how many fire slimes you can put in here. It's just the limit of how often do you really want to keep topping this incinerating up to try and make ash, because they can burn through this food really, really fast. So let me just collect the slimes from out here. And we just put them in here. I didn't mean to shoot water. And as you can see, it's going down already. We're actually nearly at the bottom. We're at the bottom. So there's no more ash left. That means they will not produce any more plorts because they can't feed on nothing. And as it said before, it will only work on food sources. So you can only burn food sources. So let me just get a couple of chickens that are just wandering around here. Now this might be cruel, but it needs to be done just to show you. So boom, as you can see, you can see the dust that falls down just about, but they've like eaten it up. If you have this many fire slimes in one area, you will need a lot of disposable food, and I mean a lot. Now, I have already gathered some of these before. They're actually in the cave, and I have 8 of them in there, and that is it. And even them burn through a lot of disposable food, because that's what it is. It's disposable. You don't need it, so you chuck it. So there's like 15 or 14 slimes in here, and I just can't keep up with the food that they need. So recommend between 8 and 10 in one of these, just so you can keep up with the food that they need. This is completely empty, and I have to go off to a farm to get even more. So I'm just going to put 10 in here for now. Oh no, what am I doing? These can burn you, so be very, very careful jumping in here. So yeah, but that is it, mortals. Woo, really? That is how you can store them. That is how you can make the fire plorts and all the little odd things that usually come with them. Like you can't get their plorts out in the wild. You can store them in the decoration magma pool, but they won't produce anything. So this is the one I have set up down here, and even this is empty, and this has only got like 8 in. And my disposable food source right now is carrots. So as you can see, I'm pumping this in, and this is actually going up. So I'm just going to pump more in. There is like a limit. It doesn't, this trough will not overflow whatsoever. Let's just suck all these up. Usually I just suck everything up because I cannot be asked to dodge around every slime. So let us whack them in there. That will slowly go down again, but I've got some disposable food in form of these carrots. And I can go and fill up the other one if I want to, if I want to keep them. Honestly, you don't need like two incinerators, you just don't need it. So I do recommend one with about 10 of these fire slimes in. But mortals, that is it. I hope you found this informative. I hope it helps you out. I hope you now can go and get just all the fire plorts that you need. And I'll hopefully see you mortals in the next video.